my favorite president is probably like George Washington or like Barack Obama maybe. Well, like George Washington like found our country and like was our first president. Barack Obama was of course like first African American president and just made a lot of good changes.
My favorite president is probably George Washington or Donald Trump because they were very wealthy.
Okay, my favorite president is Theodore Roosevelt because without him, teddy bears wouldn't have existed, and I really like teddy bears.
My favorite president of all time that I'm super passionate about has to be Abraham Lincoln. As you guys know, he freed the slaves, and that's why I just appreciate him so much. He's just done so much for us. Thank you.
My favorite president is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. It's because, I'm not to get too political or anything, but I'm a pretty big fan of the government doing a lot of things, doing them well, and doing it for the majority of the people. I think his policies like the New Deal, Social Security, really epitomize that sort of ideal for government, and it shaped the way that the U.S. government was run for decades after his presidency, which is why I admire him so much.
My favorite president is William Henry Harrison because he did so much in so little time.
My favorite president, I would say, is probably Abraham Lincoln. So I know he's a lot of people's favorites, but the reason he was able to, in a time of adversity, be a mediator, and he found balance, was able to restore the Union and keep it together. He knew when to cross boundaries, when to hold back. So he did use some executive authority, in that time of crisis and emergency, but he was able to use wisdom and create that balance, end slavery. That was obviously one of his big accomplishments, and ultimately saving our country. So you can't not like a president for that.